Impact on community and collective groups. How curses extend beyond the family unit into entire communities or tribes. Generational curses are often spoken of as private, family-bound phenomena, something contained within a single bloodline. In reality, many curses are large-scale spiritual structures that operate across entire communities, clans, tribes, or even nations. When a pattern is powerful enough to shape a group's collective identity, it moves beyond being a family issue and becomes a community inheritance. This is why some towns, regions, or people groups carry the same wounds and limitations across multiple generations, regardless of changes in leadership, technology, or outside influence. The curse is not confined to a single family tree. It has been woven into the cultural, economic, and spiritual DNA of the entire group. How a curse becomes communal. A curse can move from the personal to the collective through several pathways. Shared origin event. Sometimes an entire community suffers the same foundational trauma, such as war, mass displacement, enslavement, or land theft, and the spiritual wound is collectively inherited. Every family within the group carries a piece of the same curse, even if their individual stories differ. Covenants made on behalf of the group. Leaders, elders, or ruling bodies may have entered into spiritual agreements that bound not just themselves, but all those under their authority. This could be a formal covenant, a political deal with destructive spiritual terms, or a mass initiation ritual disguised as a cultural celebration. Cultural practices that mirror the curse. When harmful traditions, belief systems, or rituals are embedded into a community's culture, they serve as ongoing maintenance for the curse. What began as a family pattern can become normalized at the societal level, making it harder to see as destructive. Signs: you're dealing with a community-level curse. You may be facing a curse that operates beyond your family if the pattern transcends bloodlines. Multiple families in the same area or cultural group experience the same destructive outcomes. Geographic containment: people who leave the community experience relief from the pattern, while those who remain stay bound. Uniform resistance to change attempts to break the pattern are met with coordinated pushback from unrelated individuals, as if the group itself is defending the curse. Cultural narratives reinforcing the limitation sayings, songs, jokes, or shared history continually affirm the cursed pattern as part of who we are. The role of collective memory: communities have memory not just in the form of history books, but as an emotional and spiritual imprint. These memories are stored in the shared psyche, reinforced through storytelling, ceremonies, and even the layout of physical spaces. When those memories are tied to trauma, loss, or betrayal, they can function as a permanent spiritual anchor until addressed. Breaking a community or tribal curse. While family-level curses can often be broken by an individual within the bloodline, community-level curses require a different approach. Step 1. Identify the shared pattern. Document how the curse shows up across different families. Look for similarities in outcomes, not just in circumstances. Step 2. Trace the collective origin. Determine the moment in history when the curse could have entered at the group level. This might be a forced covenant, a collective betrayal, or a mass trauma event. Step 3. Address both the personal and the collective. Breaking the curse in your own bloodline will give you partial freedom, but to see the full effect lifted, the spiritual agreements made at the community level must also be addressed, even if only symbolically. Step 4. Withdraw participation. Stop engaging in the communal rituals, events, or narratives that keep the curse active. This might mean distancing yourself from certain gatherings, rejecting specific belief systems, or refusing to repeat harmful traditions. Why this matters. If a curse operates at the community level, you can do everything right in your personal life and still feel its weight. You may break it for yourself, but watch it continue to destroy those around you. Without recognizing the broader field in which the curse operates, it's easy to think the problem has returned when in reality, you are simply living within its atmosphere. Understanding the community dimension of generational curses ensures that your freedom is sustainable and that you're equipped to identify when the environment itself is working against your progress. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and what you just watched is part of my signature program, the Chosen One series inside School of Soul. This series is not just a course, it's a blueprint for those who know they were different from the start: the black sheep, the scapegoat, the truth teller, the cycle breaker. Inside, you'll discover the family roles playbook, the golden child, the scapegoat, the enabler, the lost child, and how to finally step out of the part you were cast in without consent. How the black sheep becomes the goat, turning rejection into radical transformation and leadership. How to break generational curses and rewrite ancestral contracts so the pain stops with you. And how to recognize and escape modern forms of spiritual and technological targeting, from gang stalking to synthetic synchronicity. This isn't just about survival. It's about awakening, about reclaiming your voice, your lineage, and your destiny as one of the chosen ones. Click the link below to access the full series now Because the role ends the moment you decide it does, and the real script begins with you.